Speaking of weather, rainy conditions in the past week on Delmarva may have a negative impact on local farmers. 47 ABC's Lily Zhang visited a local farmer earlier today and has the story.
Hopefully the sun will come out or we're going to have a major problem on the Eastern Shore.
Hundreds of acres of brown. That's what you'll find on Virgil Shockley's farm, despite having corn seeds planted into the ground for well over a week. Shockley says had farmers gotten their corn seeds into the ground by the third week of April, their crop should be about the size of a pinky, but what you have instead now is this. Recent rainy conditions on Delmarva have slowed down the sprouting pace of his corn crops. Shockley says damp and cold conditions do not allow seeds to germinate. He's covered about 200 acres worth of corn seeds as of Friday, and he's still got about 150 left to go. He says he'll have to replant the seeds if nothing sprouts soon, and it's not a cheap process.
Between seed corn, fertilizer, chemicals, you're looking at about $400 an acre. If you go back in, you're looking at probably about another $100, $120 an acre.
But it's not just corn that's running against the clock. Dr. Jared Miller is the extension educator for agriculture at the University of Maryland Extension in Somerset County. He says wheat is generally planted around October on the Eastern Shore. According to Dr. Miller, some wheat crops began to flower this week near Princess Anne.
The problem with wheat when it starts to flower is it can be infected with a fungus that'll cause a toxin to be in it later when it's harvested. And so that only happens when it's moist and wet.
Dr. Miller says people have 5 days to spray it with a fungicide, but there are factors that are out of their control.
Weather, wind, a lot of things could prevent them from getting on the field if the soil's too saturated and the equipment sinks in. So yeah, there's additional things they have to deal with.
Meaning farmers are definitely keeping an eye on the weather. Lily Zhang, 47 ABC.
Shockley says another option for him is to use the remaining 150 acres of unplanted ground to plant soybean seeds. And it appears the weather may be impacting strawberries as well. We're told most berries are about the size of a thumb and currently growing. However, cooler, damp temperatures could cause strawberries to mold even if they are in straw beds. According to Virgil Shockley, this kind of weather will take them longer to turn red and to be ripe.
The longer they stay on that vine, the damper it is, the more chance of mold that they'll get. So you're going to lose part of your crop on the guys that have to pick your own.
Shockley says picking season generally starts around the third week of May, but this weather we're having lately may push it back.